when washing hands has become the norm. One somewhat qualified intern will stop at nothing to address the issues plaguing this country. Getting up close and 6 feet and personal. One lawn at a time. This is COVID Conversations. Hi, I'm Jackson Huffman, and this is COVID Conversation. Today, my guest is...
Amanda Trester.
Yeah, so how have you been, Amanda? What's going on?
I've been doing really good, actually, because I'm never at my house anyways, so when this started happening and I started spending time in my house, I started finding, like, new parts of my house where I was like, that's there, or like that exists in my house because I've been spending so much time here. And also I've gotten more into like I taught myself kind of how to embroider.
Oh, yeah.
And I've also like taught myself how to bake and cook more things because I have so much time on my hands now. So I've honestly been doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's what I keep hearing. It's like a lot of people, since they have like this extra time on their hands, they've like, oh, by the way, I've learned how to knit. Well, I've learned how to,
Exactly.
send like smoke fire signals.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like just
or, like,
weird
painting.
skills. So
yeah.
I think the class of 2020 is definitely going to have a lot more,
honestly,
like skills on their resumes after this. People are like, wait, what do you mean you can speak Latin? So what's like sort of like your day-to-day life or like experience? Like what do you do? You wake up and then...
So lately, actually like every day so far, I've been getting up at like 10, 11, which is really nice because I never did that before. I always wake up at like 7 or 8 just because like I'm used to getting up so early. But so I've been like sleeping in, and then like as soon as I get up, because like I'm not like in a rush to go to school or anything, obviously, I just like I make breakfast, and then I'll take my laptop outside and I will just sit outside and do like all my online stuff.
Us being seniors, this really kind of sucks that it happens in our like last quarter and stuff like that. So how do you think being a senior, how's this like really affected you, or how, like what's that toll been like on you?
For me, the biggest part about it for me was literally just graduation, because I feel like that even though obviously like I don't need graduation to happen to know I graduated, it's still like that moment of like walking across with like all your friends and also being in like cap and gowns and like taking pictures and stuff. Like those are like iconic moments from like senior years, from like the beginning of time. So like that's like one thing that I definitely didn't want to miss out on. And also, Project Grad did seem really fun. But, like, mainly for me, it was just, like, that, like, moment. Because aside from that, honestly, like, I'm okay with, like, everything that's happening. Obviously not. Like, I'd rather it not be happening.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not, like, extremely, like, it hasn't brought me down.
Well, you don't know because you've never had that.
Exactly,
You can't miss something that you've never had.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the biggest moment for me is definitely just, like, knowing that we're not going to be, like, taking pictures in our caps and gowns and stuff, like, with each other and stuff like that. Because, obviously, you can still take your senior pics if you want, but, like, with, like, your friends and stuff and, like, walking and everything, like, that just seemed so cool. That's one thing that I definitely was, like... Because aside from that, it's like it hasn't really taken a huge like toll on me aside from like missing people. But other than that, I definitely just wanted to like know like I had that graduating moment or whatever.
Now, this being April 4th on the day of shooting this, it is actually Heath Ledger's birthday.
It is.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, you love Heath Ledger so much. So do you want to kind of explain like why, or like go into it a little bit of like why him?
So okay, so I just got very emotional about that. I don't know why. He's so interesting and like such a creative person that I'm like endlessly inspired by him like all the time. So that's why like I've always been like so in love with him for such a long time.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is basically the end of it. Now, before we end this interview, I have speed round questions.
Oh
So
my God,
you're only
yeah.
gonna get 30 seconds.
Okay.
And some of them might be related to Corona, some of them might not
Okay.
be. But we're gonna see how many we can do in 30
Cool.
seconds. So I'm gonna start this.
Oh, we only have 30 seconds for all of these?
For as many as we
okay,
can
cool.
get through. We will do our best.
Okay.
But yeah, so just keep it
Okay.
as fast as you can,
Okay.
whatever comes to your
Yeah.
mind. Okay. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, new or recent movie you've seen?
Oh God. He's just not that into you.
Okay. Favorite music or artist that you've been listening to?
Oh my gosh, Dominic Fike.
What's your favorite board game?
Monopoly. I love Monopoly.
All right, do you have a favorite day of the week?
Definitely Tuesday.
Cake or pie?
Cake. No, pie. Change my answer.
Is it wrong for vegetarians to eat animal crackers?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Alright, that's 30 seconds.
Really? We got through like 4.
Yeah, they're pretty quick.
Yeah, I like those. Okay.
Alright,
I'm also
alright.
boss at Monopoly, so
Yeah.
I've never had anybody beat me except for like 2 people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a Monopoly night.
No, yeah. And they're also like sold out everywhere. Like people were like selling them on like online for like $40 like
Wow.
Monopoly games because everybody's buying board games because they can only stay in their houses. I found Monopoly at Fry's.
Really? Like, was it like a good version
No,
of it?
yeah, it was like the normal, like, original Monopoly, because they only have, like, Fortnite Monopoly and, like, stuff like that at, like, Walmart, but everyone's, like, selling out the board games, and that's the last thing I expected.
Wow.
That's it.
Alright, well thanks, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
Hi, and for our next guest, we have...
Oh, hi! Didn't see you over there. I'm Cy Angelo. Welcome to my house.
So, as you can see, we are at a respectable street's length apart from one another. That way we're not spreading anything. So, hey Ty, how have you been?
I've been pretty alright, Jackson. Thank you for asking. We've been really taking it easy over here. I'm not gonna lie. I played a lot of Xbox. I played with my dogs, which has been wonderful. I really missed them because I didn't get a chance to play with them for most of the semester. I'm working very hard. After I got sick at the beginning of the semester, I was trying to play catch up throughout most of the year, through Macbeth and through Broadway Showcase. And now finally I had a chance to get all my work caught up, and now I can just relax, and it's been wonderful.
So, what's sort of been like your daily routine? Like, what have you been doing, you know, to pass the time basically throughout all of this?
So I've been trying to keep it as routine as possible, but it's kind of difficult when there's just suddenly no structure anymore. I don't know, quarantine's given me a lot of time to think about stuff that I haven't, I just haven't had time to think about, and I've missed doing. Like, I haven't watched family movies in a really long time. Just having everyone together on the couch, it's something I took for granted before, but it's really nice to have back.
Yeah, what's online school been like? Like, how's that been for you?
Online schooling it's taken some work to adjust to, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought that the teachers were going to keep pumping out work as fast as they could with the rationalization that we have all this time now. Why not give them more work? But a lot of them have actually been really understanding, and especially with late work, because I've had a couple computer issues. We have one laptop in the house that my sister and I have been sharing for both of our schools' work. And thankfully our grandma's let us borrow hers for a couple days, but when she doesn't, then it's really hard to balance both of our time, especially when she has a deadline at 4 o'clock and I have a deadline at like midnight.
So, I know for me, my hair is getting extremely long and no places are open right now to cut my hair. And you, sir, have just a mane of locks and just curly haired madness. So, how are you taking care of your hair, and or do you need to cut it recently? Like, do you need to cut it? Like, what's your hair doing at this point? What's the state of your hair?
So it's gotten longer than it has been in a long time. I think the last time it was this long was like my 8th grade year, and I can put it in my mouth. I don't know if you can see from all the way over there, but it does reach the mouth, which some may consider an issue. But my solution to this problem has just been putting it in a ponytail, basically.
Oh.
I'll string it up and I'll just tie it in like a scrunchie or something.
A working man bun.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's getting so long that it's not like. Some days it does curl up and is all nice and floofy, but other days it just kind of falls under its own weight. It collapses. It's not structurally sound anymore. And so it'll just fall flat over my face, and I gotta get it out of the way. I can't stand it. Like, all the way down.
No, I definitely agree with you. My hair right now is definitely feeling like 8th grade bowl cut vibes. It is not the best time right now.
No one knew what they were doing in 8th grade.
No one does. And I guess Corona's just 8th grade right now. Everyone's scared. No one knows what's going on. No, there's no structure. There's no time. It's just, here you are. With that being said, like, there are some things that, like school, like we take for granted, stuff we're gonna miss. So is there something from school that you miss, just, from day-to-day classes or stuff like that?
Well, it goes without saying, the people, especially the drama kids, they've been so cemented as such a huge part of my life, and it really has been weird, just having it taken away, just like that. Like, I didn't think the last time that I saw you guys was gonna be the last time.
So, before we close out, what I'd like to do is do a couple speed round questions. So, you only have 30 seconds. We're gonna try to get through as much as we can.
All right.
So, quick responses. Yeah, get ready because we tend to go by pretty quickly. Wow, he's really just chugging the right now. You getting that? Look at him go.
All right, let's go. Ready?
And go. What's your favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is...
Blonde.
Okay. Say a word in Spanish.
Me gusta.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Yes.
What is your favorite pair of pajamas?
These ones. Actually, no. The Minnie Mouse ones that I took from my mom.
Why can't we tickle ourselves?
That's an excellent question. Experts are still weighing in this one. Next.
Alright, that was 30 seconds right there.
Oh, alright.
So if there's something something you want to say to them, like giving them words of wisdom or something like that, like what would you want to tell people?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to just try not to get bummed out, because it's very easy to with just watching Netflix or Disney Plus, just fall into a rut and just feel bogged down and not want to do anything. And I think the biggest thing is to try and fight that and just be as productive as you can with yourself and improving yourself, like you said, creatively, and with self-care, just become the best version of yourself that you can now, because you finally have the time to do it. You finally have the time to really wash your face, getting that extra set of push-ups, and just be the best you can be. Really use this time, because we won't have it forever.
Yeah.
That's all.
Cool. All right, and now for our final guest on COVID Conversations, we have...
Do I say my name?
Yeah.
Sydney Overstreet.
So, how have you been doing, Sid? What have you been doing to sort of pass the time and keep yourself busy?
I watch a lot of Netflix. I started a garden. I got some pots from the store and got some seeds, and my green beans actually just sprouted a couple days ago.
Wow.
They're this tall. It's amazing. But I made little signs for them, but I wrote pea pods instead of green beans. It's a lie. Don't believe it. What else? I do a lot of school stuff. They post just random assignments. I did a Zoom with Gary Minor.
Oh yeah, how's that?
It was good. It was so funny. He showed us his dog.
Oh, good. Are you taking the AP test?
Yeah, it's just one of the essays.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, so are you nervous at all? I mean, how do you think this like break from school and not being like not getting that like all the necessary, maybe not getting all the necessary information like a teacher would be able to give on hand or answer questions right away? Like, are you nervous at all going into it?
No. But as far as like the AP test, there's tons of like the College Board is like posting lots of stuff to like prepare kids. Right there. And Gary Minor's posting lots of stuff, and it's just an essay, and I don't know. I feel like I should be nervous.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little bit.
Yeah. Have they like given you information like where you're taking this test, how they're taking this?
They're doing it online. Like it's
Oh.
gonna be like a session online, and they said that there's like some cheater prevention thing that they're doing, but I don't know. It's 45 minutes. I'm not sure about English. I think that they're still sorting that one out, but
Yeah.
I know for APUSH, it's just one essay.
I mean, this is kind of crazy that like where the world's at right now. So like,
I know you're sitting outside my
I'm
window.
sitting outside your window in a lawn chair, and it's 80 degrees, and I decided to wear pants, but it's fine. So like, how are you feeling about it? It's like, what's your sort of like mental state going through this? How do you like, get through every day?
It's definitely hard because I'm like a social person. I like seeing people and just like being around other humans. And it's sad because like we don't have the rest of the school year, and especially like with the seniors, like no more time with them, and so that's really hard.
I mean, with all this time, have you picked up a different skill or a new like a new like say hobby or something like that you didn't have time for otherwise?
I've been growing my plants.
Yeah.
And I painted their pots, and they're very cute. And also, I have some cacti that I painted pots for.
Have you named your plants?
Oh, yes. Well, I've named my cacti.
Oh, okay. What are
Their
your
names are
cacti?
Gary, Jerry, Larry, and Cherry. They are so cute. This is Gary. This is Larry. This is Jerry. And this is Cherry.
Are you a proud mother of 4?
Yes. Very proud. They grew in the yard. And then I gave them pots so they look prettier.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so before we close out here, I have a couple speed round questions. So basically, just quick responses. We're going to try to get through as many of these as possible.
Alright.
We're only going to have 30 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Let me see, which one do I want to start with? Okay, I'm gonna start with here. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept it?
Yes.
Okay, is double dipping acceptable at parties?
No.
Do you like the word dapper?
Yes.
You-
Dapadine.
You do?
Yes.
Alright, how much crying is too much crying?
A lot of crying like around other people.
Oh,
Like,
I see.
If it's like a long time, you gotta deal with it on your own.
Can you make a high-pitched sound?
No.
Have you seen a kangaroo in person?
No.
Do you have a final message for, people watching this, like in the drama program, or just a message you want to like have everyone hear or something like that? Something that you just want to like tell people like it's gonna be okay, or just something to keep it in their minds.
Don't go to college before everyone can spend lots of time together this summer. That was to the seniors.
Nice. Well, I think I've done everything here. Thanks, Sid, again. Just gonna take my stuff, but
Okay.
have a good day. I'm just gonna go back home now.
Okay. Bye, Jackson.
Bye. I might play this at the end of the credits, depending on what we talk about. That might be fun. Talking about random topics.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
I don't know. What's your go-to snack, favorite food that you?
Goldfish. Goldfish crackers. I have okay, so I can talk to you about my snacks chairs, right? So right by my gaming chair, in between, it's like the little desk in front of, okay, so I have my TV and Xbox on like a dresser, just because we didn't have anywhere else to put the dresser. So I have the dresser and then the snacks chair.